Last time on Dice Funk.
Zana forms a rapier out of blood vessels and kills Peter on the ground, prone on the ground, just drives the blade into his body, and then picks up the bloody war gong off of his body.
Anyway, I'm a giant tree now. Half tree, half meat. Also, Peter's muscular god part just fused with the tree. So I'm half tree, half meat. Suddenly I have empathy for the things I crave to eat.
Most of this place seems like really pleasant grassland. There's some mist and some animals, but there is some danger that there appears to be some kind of volcanic activity. You don't know the source or how worried you should be.
Have they got the vibe?
I like these guys.
Have they got the vibe that dodos have? The dodo vibe.
Laura, you've said the secret word. These are dodos.
Can I put one in my tree branches? I'm doing it.
I am very okay with there still being birth control plant in existence. That's a fantasy world I'd like to live in, where you can just grow birth control.
I rolled 11. That's not going to do it as far as your spell save goes.
Yeah, that's not going to hit it.
So I think, you're all standing near this misty lake. This enormous predator just tries to eat a human-shaped person. It gets instead a giant piece of gold stuck in their teeth. And then the sky splits open and lightning begins pummeling down. This is a spell unique to druids. It lasts 10 Christian minutes.
Yep, and every time my turn comes around, I get to be like, hey, that lightning, here it comes again, here it comes again.
I'm feeling fine on the outside, but on the inside?
The place I belonged only wanted me to kill for the pleasure of dead things. But now I'm in a band. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do in a band.
He wanted a little corner of the world that was quiet and stress-free, a little corner of the world that was just a place where people could be and not worry.
Sprinkles, the homunculus, shows up. You turn to look at her, and she is narrowing her eyes at you, Juniper, as the one she knows best. In fact, she has not met Piccolo and Korvok, so with her eyes kept on you, she begins looking through her deck of cards, kind of casually, one at a time, until she finds the one she's looking for. And she shows it to you, and the name on the card is 10,000 Goblins. The art only shows about a dozen, because that's all that can fit on a trading card, but it clearly represents an unbelievable horde of goblins. And she strikes the card through her hollow runner and begins summoning goblins armed with knives and sharp sticks and all manner of bloody implements.
I saw a spark against the dark, and we erupt, but it's a slow burn. We take our chance and start to dance, can see enough to know to turn around. The sound of a bonfire carries over fences, titillates our senses, but we don't need the heat. A chill wind is pushing you into me, and it's looking like we might be burning down. But we're a bonfire, we keep putting in.
Funeral strippers, what are they? In 2017, 50 pole dancers performed in the funeral procession of former council city speaker of a city in southern Taiwan. I don't want to say their name because I don't know how to say it correctly, and I don't want to be rude. But why are they there? It's so that more people will come to your funeral, and then it appeases the wandering spirits, and you get a better send-off to the afterlife. You're welcome.
Look, here's the thing. Look, if ghosts are real and I get put in the ground, my casket's lowered, and I start floating up out of the grave, and I see just some titties in the crowd, you know what? That is going to make the transition to the next life a little easier. If, like, hey, look, I am dead. That is kind of a bummer. There's some titties, though.
Okay, like, I don't know, like, I feel like, I disagree about like that would make me feel better as a ghost, because like if I ascend out of my body, out of the ground, and I'm like on my way out, and then I see there's like a bunch of strippers, I'd be like, no, why didn't I get the strippers while I was alive? I wish I had gotten like strippers while I was alive, but I was too shy, and then I would become a vengeful ghost.
That's why you've got to get funeral strippers for all your friends so that you can enjoy them while you're alive, and then they can enjoy yours when you're dead.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm too shy.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume that if you were somebody who has strippers at your funeral, you're already somebody who has established in life that you like strippers. No one's going to go to your funeral and be like, oh, I don't even know if you like strippers, and then like take the gamble and see if you would want it.
Because they'll be like, oh, it'll make the spirits happy, and it'll make more people show up.
Well, why don't you just go to the strip club and see if you like it?
I'm too shy.
Okay, well then buy a cam girl. I don't know.
Hey, I'm putting it out there now on the record. When I die, if anyone wants to get like funeral strippers, you've got my blessing.
In 60 years, I'm gonna show up, and your wife is gonna be grieving, and I'm gonna be like, I'm here. 60 years ago today.
I think she would see the fun in it. I think she would see the joy, and I think she'd be on board.
You're gonna have to tell her this before you die, so I don't show up and get in trouble. I'm gonna be like, she didn't tell you? Laura didn't tell you about the funeral strippers. I'm already here with strippers. She's yelling at me.
You have recorded evidence you can point at and go, look, Laura gave me permission for funeral strippers.
Are there any other strippers I don't know about? Are there barbecue strippers?
Stripper types?
Yeah, like, because earlier, before the recording, you used the phrase funeral stripper, and I was like, oh, you mean hire a stripper for a funeral? You're like, no, it's a specific cultural practice, the funeral stripper. And now I'm just wondering if there's a bunch of, stripping types I've been unaware of. Are there karaoke strippers? Are there bar mitzvah strippers? Are there... I mean,
there are clearly, like, from my experience, there are video game preview events strippers. That is a thing that used to happen, not so much anymore.
Yeah, I went to E3 15 years ago, I remember.
I went to a Saints Row event that was deeply uncomfortable.
But if there are SAT prep strippers, I really wish I had known, is all I'm saying.
I'm suddenly realizing that every time I published a book, I could have got book publishing strippers.
Oh my god! Now you have to make a new book now.
That's clearly a stripperable event.
You absolutely, yeah.
I feel like you're all trying to take away the focus from where it should really be, which is that today we're joined by Babushka Sam, my Nona from the old country.
Listen, so my headphones. I had to use the headphones that bleed a lot of sound, and so I wrapped my head in a tablecloth. And I think I'm just gonna keep this up as like my look now.
Look, I think the look works, but I will every time I see you assume that you're about to like very, very desperately ask me to buy some turnips.
You look like somebody who's wearing the best gear possible without any like semblance of fashion. You're just min-maxing your stats.
I mean, that is literally what I'm doing right now. I am literally min-maxing fashion right now.
All right, so last we left the adventure, punished Juniper, which is how I've started to think of this character, with the one foot calling lightning down from the sky, scared off the largest land predator in recorded history. But you did draw a lot of attention to the group, and so we left off with Sprinkles the homunculus landing on your vehicle, and you all looked at her and said something to the effect of like, "Oh no, what do we do now?" So we rejoin right there. You're all by the lake in this new biome.
I was all like, "Oh, brother!"
Oh yeah, isn't it that they're now on team Batman?
Rocket? Oh, right.
So out of character, we know that Vimble went to Sprinkles and said, "Oh, these people have kidnapped Dio, or they've turned evil," and that is like out of character knowledge. In character, we're gonna need to roll insight for that. But to set the scene, this new biome you're in is like a misty highland. It's like a lot of hills. You found a small lake. It seems really pleasant and nice, and you've found a number of extinct plants and animals so far. Piccolo, your branches are full of dodos. That was something that happened last time.
I plan on harvesting their poop.
Yeah, because you're like that. But that is the backdrop as Sprinkles goes through her deck of holodeck cards, her magic playing cards, and she shows you one of the cards, which is called 10,000 Goblins. There's only enough room in the art for like a dozen goblins, but it's meant to represent them. And she swipes it on the hollow runner, the metal contraption on her arm, and summons about a dozen goblins armed with like little knives and little pitchforks all around you, and they're like, because they're yelling at you in Goblinish.
Hey, what's up? I'm a tree, and I'm full of birds. What's up?
What's up? I'm a tree. That's gonna be your catchphrase.
Poop? Do you poop? Oh my god, do you poop?
Go back to what's up, I'm a tree, please. Let that be your catchphrase, not do you got any poop? That can't be
I'm
it.
just wondering, like, okay, it does make sense for my character, but I want to, now that it's in my head.
This is censorship. The woke mob has gone too far. You can't even ask people if they poop anymore. It's fucking woke college campuses.
My name's Piccolo. I've recently gone poopitarian, but I might cheat a little and eat a bird or two.
Hey, before we fight all these goblins, do you mind telling us why we're fighting all these goblins? What have you been told? What is going on? What is happening? Why do we have to fight you on top of everyone else we have to fight?
Yeah, I'm pretty new here. It seems like everybody's mad all the time.
I think what Sprinkles does at this juncture is just trace the word Dio into the dirt. Just the short D-I-O. It's the closest way. And like gesture around as if to say, where's Dio? What have you done with Dio?
We got separated from Dio during a series of caves that were designed to fuck with us, and have yet to be able to recombine as a party.
Roll persuasion.
This is just going to be a straight D20. 18!
Very good. Yeah, I think it's especially useful coming from you, Juniper, as you previously put your life on the line for Sprinkles, jumping in the way of a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
So if anyone was going to be the one that convinces Sprinkles, it would be you. She's looking around. She doesn't know Piccolo or Korvok. So as far as she knows, those are like your minions or whatever.
Look, that mountain, that series of tunnels, it was rough. You might notice I'm missing a foot. I got kidnapped through a wall shortly after the last time we saw Dio. It was rough in there. I genuinely wish I could help. We just wanted to get out of a place that was pretty bad.
When you say you genuinely want to help, Sprinkles puts the deck of cards away. There's still like goblins all around you, but they are kind of idling. They are doing their idle animations in a video game sense, like standing around in place, kind of just moving a little bit.
I pick one up to look at it.
All right, you just pick up one of the goblins and it T-poses immediately.
Oh my god, and I'm flipping it around looking at it like, what is this? What is it? Is it alive? I lick one. Well, I don't know what a tree... I put one in my tree mouth. No, actually, I taste with my feet. I put it on my foot.
Yeah. But yeah, Juniper's going to respond with, where did you get the idea that... Like, do you know something about Dio? Is Dio okay? Like, what's up?
So as Sprinkles puts the cards away, as in response to your question, she throws her like little cape around herself, imitating Vimble's, Dark Justice persona, maybe using her hands to mimic a domino mask, the way he might wear in his Dark Justice persona.
Oh, Vimble. What? Okay, has Vimble been telling you shit?
Did Vimble make you drink pee?
She shakes her head and regards you with a strange look.
It can happen to the best of us. He's very wily and he's a trickster.
We parted ways with Vimble, who was a little bit of a liability and a lot obsessed with creating like a capitalism utopia up here in the New World, and was making everyone we met want us dead. And the hope was that by not traveling with Vimble, fewer people would come and attack us. Clearly that did not work.
I was Vimble's sidekick. Actually, like Korvok actually is like this like similar experience as Sprinkles here, where I was once his sidekick, and I built Scorpion there to be our like justice mobile, and he left me. But I've come to learn that his friends are. I mean, I don't know. They also seem like they like get into like a lot of like fights. I don't know. This whole thing seems like not ideal, but like I don't know. I'm just trying to I think that if we all work together, we can get to the end of the world and be able to get something that'll make it so I can like quit my job and just sort of like hang out. So I think that's, and I believe in Pants for Pets for that.
I just joined this band. This big red guy invited me, and then he died saving my freedom. And now I wear his head on my head. It feels right. Like, he seemed like he wanted to do something, and then I got in the way. But anyway, he's dead. And also this lady named Zana, I don't like her. So do you poop?
Holy Christ. So, as you're all saying this, you're explaining your case, introducing yourself. Sprinkles is pulling items one after another out of her bag of holding that she keeps on herself. And then she begins putting these items on the deck of Scorpion. There is a little container of clay. There's a little vial of ash. There is a root from some kind of plant. And then there is a jewel-encrusted dagger. And she lines these 4 items up on the deck of the ship and then looks to you all.
Can I touch these? Can
I insight before we touch these as to whether we should touch these?
If you're a good person, you only get bad rolls in Dungeons and Dragons.
20.
Yeah!
15.
15 and 20, the group succeeds. I think, Korvok, with your 15, you're like, oh, these are the components for a ritual, so that you know that immediately they shouldn't be unsafe to touch. But with the 20, Juniper, you know what kind of ritual, because last you spoke with Sprinkles, she told you about her situation, that her creator and her were linked, that they knew everything the other knew.
Yes.
And this was, we talked in some depth about what kind of slavery that word.
And that at some point there might be an opportunity to do something about it, and we might be informed if such an opportunity arose.
Absolutely, and that's where she's been, off gathering up the components for this spell. But she needs your help, apparently. You got the 20 here, and you see a dagger, and you know in the context of magic that usually means blood.
Okay. Does this need blood from one of us?
It appears that appears to be the case.
Okay. How much? You can use your hands. A small amount, large amount. How big should I be moving my arms apart to symbolize how much of my blood you would need?
When you say that, you just jump to like, how much blood do you need? Sprinkles, like, her face lights up. She's like, oh, I'm not even gonna have to convince you. Oh, sick. Like, she's like,
Oh, while you're doing that, Korvok's gonna touch his nose and go, not it.
Yeah. I had a whole foot chopped off, like, what, 2-3 hours ago? Like, pretty recently. If it's not that much blood, I'm pretty chill.
Do I have blood sap? I mean, I have the meat. Does the meat have blood?
Piccolo, you do not have blood for the purposes of the spell. You could argue that sap is like the blood equivalent, but magic is a very esoteric, specific type of practice that doesn't really enjoy these kind of loopholes.
Okay, so but just a question for just so I can know. There's sap running through my meat.
I believe, yes, there is sap inside of Piccolo.
Oh my god, my meat must be delicious.
Here is where Juniper's coming from. Sprinkles is basically the first person in this entire adventure who, when Juniper has gone, please stop trying to attack us and listen for like 2 seconds while I tell you the very reasonable explanation of what's happening so we can de-escalate this. Sprinkles here might be the first person who has actually stopped and listened.
Somewhere Red and Gale are like, I don't know, we were pretty reasonable.
I mean, look, no, they never got angry at us and had to be talked down. They stayed chill throughout. This is the first time someone's been told, hey, go fucking murder them with very little evidence that, like, you know, has jumped to wild conclusions and bad assumptions, and has been talked downable. So yeah, I'm a little rabbit, but as long as it's not that much blood you need, yeah.
To answer your question, Sprinkles gestures to the vials that the ash and clay are in, and they are not overly large. They are just like your, the little test tubes like you would put in a jiggler. I'm sure there's a better term for that. In a science lab, there's like you put all the little test tubes in the thing and it jiggles them.
The little centrifuge tubes and whatnot.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like that much blood. But she like looks like she's trying to communicate to you, like she's just like, oh, just a little bit of blood, and then she like makes a hand gesture as if to say like there's more though.
Yeah, like the impression I get, and like. Let me know if I'm right, like up the right tree on this, but I'm assuming it's not like the amount of blood. Fine, this is probably going to be a thing where like I am now in some way magically linked into this whole situation, and it's gonna there's gonna be some shit come my way, probably, right? Is
Damn.
that what?
Yeah. I was gonna make you roll for that, but Laura's on a big brain today.
Yeah.
You're sitting in your brain like a throne.
Like I'm assuming it's not like, hey, you're swapping servitude from them to me, because that wouldn't get you out of the servitude thing. But like, I'm guessing whatever this is paints a target on me. And I mean, look, I've got so many targets on me already. What do I care if I get another?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, Laura's basically right. There is a consequence beyond the little bit of physical blood you're giving up. That's the kind of the thing about Sprinkles is she is not able to specifically articulate it, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise on you. But you don't think she likes you in ways she's not like walking you into the guillotine or anything. You're not going to drop dead.
I think at this point, Juniper's just very like, look, no matter what I do, there are going to be consequences and bad stuff's going to happen all around me. Much like how Juniper would say yes to more parts of, like, circulatory systems and things, because fuck it, at this point, why not?
Seems like they're going to just make a homunculus for you or something.
Well, whatever the consequence, Juniper's in.
It might be a cool thing. You might get a little dude.
Yeah.
Look, I have like a whole death thing living inside me. I got death body parts in me. Fuck it, let's do this. Whatever's coming my way, I've got cool death magic to keep myself safe if I must.
What if it's a cool little death baby, like a little skull baby that screams like a baby, but it's a nightmare monster?
Juniper is assuming it's going to be bad, and that's fine. Everything up here has been and will be for a while. It's all good.
So there are two little vials, one with clay and one with ash. Do you use the dagger to fill them with your blood, Juniper? And
that I do, yeah.
And Juniper only?
Can I put a flower in just for fun?
So you fill up these little vials with your blood, Juniper. All of them go back on the deck. Sprinkles draws a sigil on the deck of Scorpion with the dagger, and start casting this spell. This is your last chance to back out or do anything else here before I tell you what happens.
No backing out now.
All right.
Let's do this.
As the magic spell begins, all these components light up, and they, all are connected by ribbons of magic. You see that the clay, the ash, and the root are all consumed by the spell. They burst and burn up. Whatever this is a costly spell. The dagger is encrusted with jewels that all light up, and that looks like a very expensive item too. So it took her a while to gather all this stuff. This is not something to do lightly. And then the magic connects with you. It's your blood. So everyone, you see these things like circuits all linked up with magic. And then it jumps to Juniper, who also begins to glow and float above Scorpion.
Cool.
Wish me luck, everyone. I'm hoping this is cool powers and not anything too much worse than that.
Just keep a positive attitude. I'm sure it's gonna go great.
Sprinkles gives you a little thumbs up with her little pug paw.
This feels like the kind of thing that might be my superhero origin story. So hey, you'll get to say you were here for whatever this is.
I put one of my tree hands down for Sprinkles if they want to get in my hand so they can have a better view. But if they don't want to, they don't have to. I'm using Chihuahua rules.
I'm sorry, what are Chihuahua rules? Can you buy it?
People don't respect Chihuahua's space, so Chihuahuas seem to be aggressive and mean, but really you just have to respect their space and they'll be nice and sweet. So you gotta let them choose if they want to come to you.
Are there Chihuahua referees for these Chihuahua rules? I feel like this is very applicable.
Well,
to
yeah, the
season.
Chihuahuas themselves, when they get all nasty and bite you, they're biting you because they're small and people don't respect that they're so small. So you gotta be nice to little things.
I love the idea of them all being in little zebra uniforms and be a 5-yard penalty, invading my personal space, redo second down.
Yeah, and then they
I guess.
bite you. Yeah.
So does Sprinkles want to get in my hand?
Juniper, you're floating up off the ground. You're connected to all these components. They all burst into light and disappear as they are consumed. The dagger clatters down to the deck. And as you are slowly lowering back down, the spell seems to be completed. Your vision swims and you lose consciousness. For you, it's just blackout, you've fallen asleep, or you've been tranquilized from your perspective. Everyone else, you see Juniper lower down onto the deck, and when she looks at you, her eyes glow blood red.
You look really badass, Juniper. You're doing great.
Yeah. Korvok's I'm starting to regret saying not it because that looks sick, and so Korvok's
if only I were awake to know how sick I look.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. I'm sorry I didn't give any blood.
Sorry I didn't have any blood.
Juniper's body is glowing with magic. Her eyes are red and glowing. Clearly some kind of powerful forces inside of her. And she opens her mouth.
Suddenly...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I think I'm realizing where this is going. Has the being that Sprinkles is bound to being put in my body briefly?
The voice that comes out of Juniper certainly seems to give evidence that is the case, because Juniper's mouth opens, and instead of Laura's pleasant voice, you hear someone say, "Come on, man, I was sleeping."
Oh, sorry to wake you up.
Is that what they teach kids these days? It's just back in my day, you go down to the malt shop, and 2 guys in a bike chain, and this is no one treated you that way. It's just different times, I guess.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I don't know what's happening, but my name's Piccolo, this here is Korvok, and you're possessing my friend Juniper, And we got a little dude here named Sprinkles. What's up?
Well, listen, Fat. Names are for friends. We're not friends, are we?
I don't know, are we?
I mean, I thought like we're in a band together. I thought we were friends.
Yeah, you're in the body of our bandmate, so by default, you have to obey the band's rules of friendship. You are officially our friend. If you're in, I'm just making up rules, but it seems right.
Juniper, I'm sorry I didn't put the blood in, but like we're still friends.
Yeah. Are you Juniper? Wait, who is this? Who are we talking to? Hello?
Korvok 100% does not get that this is someone different than Juniper.
Yeah. At this point, in the background, you see Sprinkles like flying around happily, flitting from like the mast of the ship or whatever to the top of Piccolo's highest branch, and then swirling through the air and so forth in celebration. She's free and she's loving it. It rocks to be Sprinkles right now, but she is not really paying attention.
Now that Sprinkles is free, can they talk, or is that...
No, homunculi simply do not have the organs necessary to speak. They don't have vocal cords.
Do they have the... But they can write.
They don't have the guts to speak.
The thing in Juniper's body with the glowing red eyes says, "You can call me Kashim, man. That's my handle. That's what all my friends call me, or they used to back in the day. It's been a long time. You know the day? I believe it was a Sunday. Me and my best gal gone out for a cherry. It's in fact it was different then. Nobody really they didn't talk like they do these days with all the. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, you know what? That's crazy. I'm a cherry tree. So like, if we hang out, I could make a cherry in a little bit after these flowers get fertilized.
This person was keeping someone as a magical slave.
Oh,
I don't think Juniper would do that.
just a quick question. Sprinkles here seems to be super excited and liberated right now.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What's that about? What's going on?
Oh, that's my Sprinkles. Yeah, I made her back in 07. That was a good year. You should come down sometime to see the. Anyway, don't worry about that. It was just.
Ooh, your Sprinkles?
You should come down to 07?
What do you mean by your Sprinkles?
Is that a time or a place?
Me and the boys back in the day. You get a little clay. You get you get overserved a little bit at the local tavern. You make a little homuncula. It's good fun. It's just we were just playing back in those days. It was no big deal. Just make a little guy.
Yeah.
Is there a way for me to pick up Juniper by the neck without actually hurting Juniper, but threatening?
I mean,
threatening the.
Just based on the sizes, I think you can roleplay just having picked her up. Yeah, you don't need to.
I'm just gonna pick. Okay, don't take this personally, Laura. This is at the creature inside you. I know. Okay. I pick up Juniper by the neck, and I'm like, "What do you mean? Are you saying that you created something just to own it?"
Yeah, man, we all create a lot of things. I create things, you're creating things, we're all creating things. Sprinkles creating things.
Yo, Sprinkles! So, do you like this thing that's inside Juniper?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, Sprinkles doesn't immediately shake her head yes or no. It's pretty complicated because they kind of shared a mind. So, for a lot of who this person is, Kashim, Kushim, is also Sprinkles. So it's like, you do want your own freedom, but also how different are you from a person who has the same mind as you?
Are they free now or are they not?
Yeah, Sprinkles is good.
Wait, so wait, this whole time is like Sprinkles like talked like Joe Biden like if Sprinkles could talk, Sprinkles would be talking like Joe Biden this whole time?
That's the reveal. Yeah, Sprinkles' internal monologue is 100% Joe Biden.
I don't like Sprinkles as much anymore.
She'll develop her own voice now that she's free.
Seems to me like maybe Sprinkles was some sort of bound servant to you. Is this true?
I mean, come on, man. You don't gotta say it like that. I mean, listen, you think you know Sprinkles. She's developing her own wants and needs, but, who's to say what's good and bad? What she wants. I hear, I know, it's my brain. I was thinking about it and I was dreaming about it. She wants to go to the edge of the world, create a place for, artificial people, no air, no water. Good luck breathing that sunshine. you're gonna go and you're gonna suck void. You're gonna breathe the nothing, and it's just all the homunculi and the golem and the new ones. They're gonna laugh at you, man.
Maybe I don't need to be laughed at a place that's not made for me, man. I don't know. Well, how do I choke them without Juniper?
That's the question. As Kashim explains what Sprinkles wants out of the race, you see Ray perk up and be in the background is like, "Oh, for us? A place for us? Whoa, interesting." And starts walking over to Sprinkles.
Well, I will note that people who don't need air and water, for example, can exist in places that have air and water. It's not like either of those is harmful to them and they need a place without them.
It's almost like maybe we could have a place for everybody to rest and recover here.
Yeah.
But everyone's so divided. If only I could force everyone to do what I want, and then they would know what's best for them.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then we could all live in peace under my rule. No,
Is that Mari, who
that was just me
caught on a hot
talking.
mic? Yeah. It wasn't Piccolo, the character.
I how do we help you out here?
Sprinkles lands in one of your branches again, Piccolo, and just starts petting a dodo and just smiling happily. And then after a moment, Ray pipes in and says, I think she's good. I think she's just going to win the race now. So you all helped her. Wow, how heroic. Dio would be proud.
I mean, I feel like the lingering question is how do you get this person back out of my body? How do I come back?
Hey, Sprinkles, how do we get the slave owner out of our friend's body, who we've now bound to us through friendship, but we could kill them still?
Sprinkles looks through the cards in her deck, slides one through the hollow runner, and a person appears, like a human being wearing a big cap with a fuzzy ball on the end of it. And they are on the ground. They have a pillow and they have a blanket, and they are yawning away. And this person, the Brave Sleeper, is the name of the card, indicates to you that when Kushim goes back to sleep, Juniper will have her body back.
Can I knock Kushim unconscious?
You can certainly try.
Oh, but that's going to hurt Juniper.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell Kashim the most boring story I know. Kashim, I'm going to tell you how I was born. At the beginning of things, I was but a seed. And then over a series of hours, I absorbed moisture from the soil around me.
All right, roll
and
performance.
As that happened, I rehydrated, which then in turn caused me to create a stem and a branch. Simultaneously, while I got nutrients from the soil, I also converted air, mostly carbon dioxide, into solid matter. Roll performance. I thought you were saying I couldn't hear you. 17.
All right, yeah, that's really good. This starts to work. Kushim starts sounding very sleepy. He's like, man, my Sprinkles has been all around looking at stuff. I don't think that story's true. I think you were created by a god as a full-grown tree, but whatever, man. It's not my problem. You probably shouldn't have said that, but
It's not your place to tell me where my origins come from. And I try to not choke them.
Korvok's like, wait, get back to the story. Then what happened?
Okay, so then I breached the soil and then I felt the sugary taste of the sun on me for the first time. And then that day I grew 1/10 of a centimeter. And then the next day I grew 2/10 of a centimeter. The third day, you're not going to believe, 4/10 of a centimeter. It was nuts.
You start hearing just a terrible snoring noise coming out of Juniper, like a megaphone, and then the red light goes out of her eyes, and Juniper's, you just snap back into consciousness, like immediately, like not a waking up process.
So anyway, that's why I'm a virgin, because cherry trees are either all male or all female, and I'm just by myself. I'm hoping to find any other tree really that has flowers. Maybe you can rub flowers together.
Hey,
oh, hi.
Hey,
Hello?
It's me. Hi. Hey. Okay. One of two questions. Either how cool are my superpowers now, or how bad did everything get while I was gone?
Good news, we've liberated Sprinkles. Bad news, you were inhabited by a slave owner.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
You were gone?
If your throat feels sore, I tried my best. I'm gonna put you back down.
Yeah, are you still holding Juniper as she comes back into consciousness?
Yeah, by the throat.
Hey.
Just gonna put Juniper down real gently.
Can I get any sense of if there are any lasting effects of what's just happened to me?
I think medicine? Yeah, medicine is what I want.
13?
13, you succeed, Juniper. You think there are no long-term bad effects of this. It just seems like there's just going to be a guy who's going to talk sometimes. Well, you basically...
Oh.
Yeah, whatever...
this is not a one-off, huh?
Yeah, no. You have some kind of connection to this person. I want to say that, the way you understand homunculi, we've talked about them before, is usually the homunculus knows everything their creator knows, but you don't feel like you know anything additionally. So that's a mystery. That's something we can talk about, roll about, discover together. But
Okay. So this isn't I am now the homunculus, I'm now everything is one-to-one mirrored with them necessarily.
it seems like the connection was transferred from Sprinkles to you, but you are not basically clay given a little bit of like the spark of life. You're like a fully ensouled person, which in the D&D universe matters.
Okay.
Within 18, I think Korvok's going to discover that that wasn't Juniper talking. That was someone else.
So like obvious questions. Is there any like
Juniper?
Is there any
That wasn't you this whole time.
God, if this is going to be a recurring thing, is there any way to know when this is going to happen again? Or is this just like I might sneeze and suddenly be someone else? Is this forever? What have I signed up for?
I think that's a great question. Maybe you should compile some questions for your party members to ask Kashim next time he comes back.
Well, see, I hope that will be sufficient. My concern is that it's a one-way connection and that I don't know everything Kashim knows, but Kashim knows everything I know, and Kashim's going to be able to answer my questions as if they're me. That's my concern.
Juniper, as your bandmate and best friend, where I don't know what that means, is it okay if I just choke you out every time they show up?
If it's definitely them, sure. I'm really hoping. I'm going to assume that the events have been described to me. I'm really hoping the red eyes glowing thing happens every time, because that'd be a real easy, nice giveaway.
Wait, so yeah, like I mean, that was going to be my question. Are you sure that your eyes just don't glow red ever?
Have they ever glowed before?
Not ever, to my knowledge.
Like, is there any? Yeah, like any? Yeah, I guess like we should try and think if there's like any like investigating telltale signs. Do you normally talk about like being back in the day and creating a homunculus? Because that seems strange, but I don't know you that well.
Yeah. I've never knowingly had talked about that before.
I think we should have a secret word where we ask you a question, and if you don't answer the question correctly, we choke you out.
I agree, but also, even if I answer it correctly, it might still be them. I don't know the rules of this, so...
If we aren't sure if it's you and you say, "Come on, man," that'll confirm that it's you.
Just look out for the glowing red eyes and choke me out if you need to.
Okay, but what if you're behind a door and we're trying to open the door and we don't know that you're actually somebody else?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Okay, fine. Here's the thing. Here's the thing to ask me about. I'm a rabbit person. Everyone assumes I love carrots. Can't stand the things. Ask me if I like carrots. If I say yes, clearly not me.
Okay, do you like carrots?
No.
It's Juniper. We're safe. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm hoping I've never in the past said that Juniper likes carrots. I don't think I have.
The other way that scene ends is Piccolo just choking you unconscious because they misunderstood. All right. After you all have this extremely necessary conversation, Race pipes up and says, "Hey, I'm gonna go with Sprinkles. We're gonna win the race, and then we're gonna make a place that doesn't have any air in it, and it doesn't have any food in it, and so that you'll leave people like Sprinkles alone. Not you specifically, you know, like the red eye guy."
I don't agree, but I understand. Bye.
Cool. I appreciate having helped, and the first response is cool. We're gonna go make a place where you'll leave us the fuck alone.
We get it, but also we wish we could be involved. But bye.
I'm glad to have at least one ally now, ish.
I don't know. Like, Korvok's, like, kind of, like, on board. It was like no air does mean no job for him. Like, he doesn't have to work as a gardener.
I mean, that is literally their line of thought, but for them, job is in big quotation marks.
Yeah. I mean, Juniper's just kind of exhausted. I don't think she'd anticipated quite such a quick turnaround from, cool, thank you for freeing me from slavery. Anyway, I'm gonna go make a corner of the world where there's literally no air.
Wait, does Korvok need air?
Yes.
Fuck!
For what it's worth, I think Sprinkles does, flap over to you, Juniper, and like hug your shin, and like smile up at you, and it's like, oh, thank you, like, genuinely. She doesn't say that; it's the facial expression I'm describing. And then, this is more of a friendly competition for her when it comes to you. She's not going to attempt to murder you in cold blood now.
I would like to point out that there was a necessary conversation about having a code word, because I know for a fact that you would have us in a situation where we cannot see Juniper's eyes and we have to figure out who is in her body.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds cool. It sounds like you should let that happen. That's a great scenario.
No.
Yeah, well, but now we'll know that, like, if Juniper says, "Come on, man," then it's Juniper.
Yeah.
Juniper is gonna put a hand on Sprinkles and just say, "Thank you for being the first person here to listen and back down when calmly explained to. I will never forget this act of kindness."
I feel like that's not so much an act of kindness as much as a con that you fell for.
I mean, I disagree. I think Juniper is just thankful that someone isn't going, "No, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you."
I'm coming up slowly behind Sprinkles, trying to put a flower on top of their head like it's a hat.
I feel like literally any other character we've met this season, if they'd rocked up and needed some of Juniper's blood, they'd have just, like, beat her down and taken it.
Can I roll stealth just to make it so I get the hat on Sprinkles' head?
That sounds like sleight of hand.
29. I had crit! It's a crit!
Oh my god.
Let me have...
Yeah. I know you can get a whole flower crown out of the Sprinkles with a crit.
Yeah. I put a whole flower crown on Sprinkles' head.
In fact,
don't even know what's happening.
Because you crit and I don't have anything meaningful to give you, do you want to have one of the dodos become your Eluda?
Yes. Oh my god. I've become even more dumb.
All right. Yeah.
Oh my god. I've synced with the dodo and it's syncing with nothing.
So you like reach out with the flower crown and put it on Sprinkles, and a dodo like walks down your arm and like helps you reach the extra bit by picking the crown out of your hand with its beak and reaching the last couple of inches and like drops it on, and you're like bonded in this profoundly goofy activity.
Oh, this dodo's also extreme. Like, this dodo's the most sneaky dodo. Like, they also can be not seen at any time.
Absolutely.
Before you head off, after, the nice thing we did, can you, like, summon us anything that will help us in the race? Little favor for us.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah, she can. I'm curious of. I think at a certain range it'll disappear, but you can have like a temporary thing. What do you like? She like nods and like starts looking through her cards.
Oh, what do we want?
Off the top of my head, I'll say if it's a Yu-Gi-Oh or a Magic reference, it's going to be more powerful than if it's just something unrelated.
Oh goodness, I need. Okay, what a good iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
As long as it's not Pot of Greed, that's too powerful. It lets you do 2 cards from your deck.
Oh fuck.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's all I know.
Wait. Yeah, Emrakul the Promised End.
Yeah, who wouldn't love Emrakul? That would be sick.
I just think it's only fair after what happened that we get an eldritch like abomination from like the what are they called?
The Blind Eternities?
Yeah, Blind Eternities. I watched that Ristix Days videos the other day. Yeah, I think that we should just be able to get an extra dimensional eldritch horror.
I mean, I was gonna suggest something like a Blue Eyes or like Slifer the Sky Dragon or something in that vein, like big Yu-Gi-Oh dragon that like even if just briefly we can have our cart placed on the back of and sort of fly part of the journey quick as the crow flies.
There's also Blade Rabbit, Wind Up Rabbit, Fluffle Rabbit, Rescue Ferret.
Are you just looking at rabbit-themed Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Because that is a great idea. I don't know how I can argue Rescue Rabbit being as helpful as like a big cool dragon.
I'm just saying, I feel like this would be helpful.
Sam is really pushing me for Emrakul. But
Oh my god, why is it so big?
little does Sam know is that there's a silver moon coming up, which kills Emrakul instantly.
Sam,
Oh shit.
Sam, I can't deny that actually would be really helpful. Austin, that thing that kills this instantly doesn't exist yet, so maybe the magic thing.
I will say, as far as usefulness, I don't know what I can give you besides like
Go fast.
Yeah, go fast. If it's an item or something, I think that's something you can keep on yourself for a while, as opposed to this.
Ooh.
How about Rescue Rabbit? It jumps out of her soul to protect her right before she gets killed. I don't know. I just made it up.
Unless I'm trying to think of any any Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering reference that would work for like some kind of magical item that could be used to cast haste every now and then to keep speeding us up on a somewhat ongoing basis.
Epic proportions. We could make our pulling steeds even bigger, which make them go faster.
Okay, Austin, can we get some kind of item that lets us like speed up our mount so that we can catch up in the race a bit? But it looks like the Millennium Rod from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm looking at the. It's so funny that you say the Millennium Rod, giving the themes of this episode. Abilities. This item's unique ability grants the holder the power to control minds by turning people into slaves.
I mean,
Oh, jeez.
Look, I'm not saying it should do the same, but it is a little serendipitous of a reference, but it just make people go fast now.
It's Rod, but you choose to only use it to suggest that maybe they should go faster.
Oh, that's funny.
Magic Rod I can use to tell horse to go fast.
So suggestions on the table are Emrakul, which is like the biggest, strongest Magic the Gathering creature, which is just essentially a Lovecraftian spaghetti monster. The Millennium Rod from Yu-Gi-Oh, which is like a mind control device. We also discussed, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Here is my
Rescue Rabbit.
Rescue Rabbit, animals and so forth. Here is my compromise on this. What if it is a kind of reflavored rod? Because we don't want to use the exact IP.
No. I was giving a vague reference so you'd make it stronger for me.
No, I mean, we're playing a Wizards of the Coast property already, so like it's not weird that we could do that. But what if you get a magic rod that is reminiscent of this rod that can turn your companion animals briefly into like bigger, cooler versions? Like what if the dodo could become like a Blue Eyes White Dragon briefly? If the Sprout could become Emrakul.
Oh, I like this a lot. This is cool.
I like it. Oh my god, this is like Digimon Digivolution.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I can briefly.
Digivolving,
Yeah.
but like they go back to being small
I can
and
make.
cute when
I
it's
can make.
convenient.
I can make our mounts briefly digivolve.
Oh, that
my God.
rules.
Oh my god. Okay, so then we each get to say blog Digivolve too, and then we get to have our own Digimon Volve.
Yes.
Oh my god. Digimon.
Obviously.
Digital monsters. Dun, 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 dun. Digimon was a good show.
It was. Why don't you all three tell me what Sprout, Spider, and the Dodo, who does not have a name, can have a name if you want, or it can just be a Dodo, evolve into. Briefly, this item allows them the ability to kind of go Ultra mode, Ultra Instinct. What is actually the highest level of Digivolution?
You just turn into a hot, sexy person towards the end.
Champion is like the first level, and then I forget the others.
Okay, Ultra is Ultra or Super Ultimate is the current highest level.
Okay, no. So fresh or baby, in training, rookie, champion, ultimate, mega.
Dark Digivolutions, Armor Digivolutions, DNA Digivolutions, Shining.
Well, the dark Digivolution is if you force your Digimon to evolve or make them feel bad, like you're an abusive Digimon trainer.
I remember
Yeah.
War Greymon. Don't you lecture me? I was there.
I was there when War Greymon
100.
happened.
Fuck. I was going to say that's what Spider's Digivolution is, Dark War Greymon, but
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Okay, I feel like now we've talked about it, it's not as funny, but
Yeah, but you thought of it before we said it, so it
I
still
know,
counts.
but it's still not. It's not gonna come out as funny.
Don't rob
Fuck.
yourself of something so cool just because someone else said
Okay,
it first.
fine.
We
He's
get
gonna
we
be-
all in the podcast. I am saying this has to be in the podcast, Austin. That we all psychically knew that Sam was thinking of it, and then we just said it before Sam could say
Okay.
it. We knew Sam was thinking it first.
Okay, thank you. Spider digivolves into Dark War Greymon.
I'm trying to work out how to describe what Sprout evolves into, which is what if like a dragon, but it's a like you picture what would be a dragon, but it's a big ball with tusks, but it's still got big cloud wings.
Yeah, a pig dragon. We all know the concept.
Pig dragon, cloud wing boar dragon.
I'm Googled pig dragon, and there's some decent results here of draconic pigs. That's not bad. Is Spider literally War Greymon, or is it a War Greymon-esque?
Literally Dark War Greymon.
Okay. Stupid. What about the?
And he's like dark and broody, and he's like, "What is my purpose?"
This is gonna complicate the Netflix deal, but
Oh, I mean, no, I think it's gonna be a good tie-in. Oh my god, yeah, and I become Angela Anaconda. Oh, does anyone else know what that is?
of course.
Yes,
yeah,
that
I'm
weird
aware, yeah.
clip art lady.
Yeah, because there was an intro to the Digimon movie where
Oh
it
my
was
God,
an Angela
you're
Anaconda
right.
tie-in, and
Yeah.
only I think Americans were very confused because it's not an American show, I don't think, but yeah.
You've brought that you've unlocked that memory back from the recesses of my brain.
Yeah, I'm Angela Anaconda.
And I now have a pig dragon with cloud wings.
Yeah.
Is this a real Digimon you've put here, Mari?
I don't know. It just seems it
Wait,
says
yeah,
cool.
who's the Net Noir?
I'm pretty sure this is like fan art,
Am
but
I
maybe
the
not.
only person who hasn't just picked a Digimon?
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to pick a Digimon.
No, I'm asking you to. Okay, first of all, I googled this. This thing you've put in is called Ulforce Vidramon.
Yeah, I just looked at the real picture and it's not pink, so I don't want it. My dodo just turns into a way bigger dodo who can fly.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay, I might
Just huge.
have used an AI image generation program to make an image of my new Digivolved Sprout, and it's perfect.
Hell yeah.
I
I
will-
already used your last AI art monstrosity on one of these episodes. Let's
Oh yeah,
just
no.
commit.
I'm gonna
Oh no.
I will put this online when this episode goes up, but it's just a big pig dragon with cloud wings.
Okay, so I think the natural conclusion to draw here is that when the three new creatures are harnessed to Scorpion, it can take to the air, right? You can all fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you've got, it's like a Santa's sleigh situation as you're all like yanked into the sky. This this got very silly. In addition to the speed boost, something I want to establish here is that you get more information from the air. If you'll recall over the last episode, Gale left a cairn for you with a note inside, but the note was destroyed because you failed to retrieve it safely.
Yep.
If you'll recall.
Yep.
Yep.
One of the things she was going to tell you was like the order of people who came out of the tunnels, like what the race running order is right now, and you can I think from the air you can actually see people in the distance. I have in the Roll20 the order from top to bottom. You are. I guess I'm going to need a new picture because Ray has joined Sprinkles, and so Ray Romano has moved up one. I guess I'm going to use this pig picture.
So are you telling us that we're in last place still?
For the moment, yeah, because I was
Not when we learn to fly.
This is what Spider looks like.
Oh
man.
my god!
What is wrong, Sam? Delete. Delete.
I can't say it out loud. I can't say it out loud on the podcast, so I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, to be clear, the race order and who got what body parts and items during this campaign have all been organic. None of that was planned. You could have had none of the body parts, none of the items. You could be in first place. All of those things I have just extrapolated from the choices everyone has made. And so forth. So
that is all correct and understandable, but we're in last place and we have been the whole time, and
you were not in last place the whole time. You were like second place, I think, and Red and Buddy were first into the tunnels, and then there was just a lot of running around. It just took a long time to get out of there.
The real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. So, for example,
I don't like it.
in the tunnels, there were like 3 sub-objectives. There was get the body part, solve the serial killer, figure out how the exit works. And you did all 3, which means you got the body part, you got Piccolo. That's like you have a bunch of bonuses, but it just took 3 times as long as anyone else who just fucked off.
yeah, but now we got cool flight powers, so we're gonna be in first any second now.
I want to say that the order right now, Zana and Chad are in first place. They just flew east on the Hamsect immediately. They didn't even go through the tunnels ultimately. Then it is Laser and the Dumacult. It is the Fortunato siblings. It is Red on the Zorplak. It is Vimble on the Justice Mobile, and then there's the research team, whose outlines are kind of vague in the distance. I will say that Gale can fly, Buddy is on the Swag Tusk, and fucking Walter has some kind of new mount that you don't know about.
So can we just fucking go? Like, pew!
You can absolutely just fucking go beam.
Thank you.
None of you have vehicle proficiency. So I guess raw d20s to see how your first time taking to the sky goes.
Let's go, baby. I'm rolling
18.
11.
So that's above average. That's good. I mean, no one falls off. That was like, with a botch. You get ripped into the air by a bunch of Digimon and go ass over tea kettle and crack your skull on the ground as you take off. But no, with good rolls, you get up into the air and you start going. You are going to start catching up to people here. But a thing about this biome, as you see from the air, it is rolling hills in every direction. It's very beautiful. The mist going around, coming like off the lake and up off the horizon, obscures your long distance view, so you can't see everything. You can't see the edge yet, but there does seem to be a particularly thick pocket directly to the east. Like if you want to make the fastest time, you are going to need to directly fly into what seems to be some kind of weather phenomenon. There's like black smoke, maybe even within this mist. You've seen obsidian. I'm trying to remember everything we revealed last episode.
That the air tasted like sulfur. Oh yeah, I think I was able to deduct that there was a volcano in the area from the obsidian and the sulfury smell.
If you didn't, you now have. So,
Okay, well,
yes, there's geothermal activity here. This isn't like lethal lava land or anything, but there does appear to be
the next triumph.
Right. Who in this group is ready to recklessly fly into some big bad clouds?
That's me, cracking the thing to like make them go recklessly through the clouds.
this band rules. I can't believe we're flying. We're in the sky.
Say yes to everything, fear nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Can I try and look into the clouds and try and plot a course, or is it just impenetrable?
Yeah. So now the group can fly. I have to take a minute to be like, okay, this really busts this whole thing wide open. We're entering a whole new style of campaign. And I have to really think about it.
I mean, you did say temporarily, so you can at some point force us to the ground.
Sure, yeah, that's gonna happen, but this really opens up some things. So I think some of the people who are less inclined to jump into danger don't go directly through the geothermal activity. For example, the research team, Gail, Buddy, and Walter are going to go around that. So you can see them off, to the south or something, taking the long way. As you enter yourself, I think what you see is Red and Vimble. Red is on the Zorplak and Vimble is on the Justice Mobile, and they aren't so close to each other that they are aware of each other. But if you want to interact with either of them, you can do that.
Ooh, can Korvok pee on Vimble?
No, hold on. I psychically connect to my dodo and have them poop specifically on Vimble.
Let's go. What am I rolling for? How good of a job I do at pissing on?
That's a Constitution saving throw.
So while this is happening, Juniper does shout at Red, "You're way too cool to be traveling with Vimble."
No, they're not together.
I feel like that just means I piss on myself.
Oh, they're not together. They both just happen to be traveling this way.
I was giving you two options of encounters, basically.
Let's go beat up Vimble.
Okay, so the party takes Scorpion over the Justice Mobile. I think as you get closer, you're hearing the ice cream song, and it's just getting louder and louder as you approach. I can't believe this episode just took a wild turn. You bring the vehicle down over top of the Justice Mobile. The ice cream song is blaring, and Korvok starts trying to pee off the edge, and you rolled a 5. You just get it all over your fucking pants, my guy.
Blows back on you.
It's just into the wind. In fact, you get the attention of Vimble and the other people who are on the Justice Mobile.
Well, there's other people?
Who you've never met before. I will describe them in a moment. But the first thing I want to say is this bad Constitution save did blow your cover. But you're catching up. You're making good time now. And so actually what I want is...
Wait, can I roll stealth so he just thinks I'm a tree at first?
Sure. Oh, okay.
12.
Is pissing yourself an intimidation tactic?
So Korvok messes up trying to pee on Vimble and accidentally gets Vimble's attention. When I woke up this morning, I did not know this is where we were going to be. I'm going to roll. Vimble tries to throw one of his signature darts up your urethra. 25!
Oh my god. That is laser focus.
Wait, is Vimble still a baby?
No.
You take 8 damage. It doesn't actually have to hit you. in any anatomy you don't want implicated in a fight. But everyone roll initiative.
No, it gets me right in there.
Okay. You have stone skin as an ability. I like to imagine that it's more robust than most examples of that.
Oh yeah. No, like it gets in there. Like it doesn't do the amount of damage it would to like a regular person, but like it's in there.
Oh my lord. All right. So while we're rolling initiative here, let me just recap everything that's happened so far, because a lot of things have been thrown out in rapid succession. So Juniper has taken the connection from Sprinkle's creator onto herself, and now she has this mental link with Kushim. In reward for that, Sprinkles offered you a summon from her deck of holodeck cards, and you chose the Rod of Embiggening, which she strikes through the Hollow Runner and summons this magical rod, which you use to cast a spell on your animals. So the Sproud becomes a giant pig dragon, the Dodo, the small Dodo becomes a bigger Dodo, and Spider becomes Dark War Greymon. I will say that this also affects Scorpion, the metal vehicle, because it needs to be kept horizontal as it's pulled through the air like Santa's sleigh. So that magic, it affects the whole vehicle and the animals harnessed to it, except for the big bovine you befriended last episode. There isn't enough magic for them, so you have to say your farewell to this large cow. But it's okay. You leave it behind with Ray and Sprinkles, who are going to take a little break here. They are eventually going to summon a new creature and travel east in the race, but they need a moment. I think specifically Sprinkles needs to recharge her magic because she is using it right now to summon, and so before she can get a new animal, you all can take off into the air. So that is what happens. Scorpion is pulled into the sky by the pig dragon and Spider and the big Dodo. And you take off into the mist of this ecosystem. There's the rolling hills beneath you. I gave you two choices here. One was, do you fly through the volcanic activity to go faster? You said yes. Entering this smoky section of the ecosystem, I gave you a second choice, which was you see red and you see Vimble in different directions. Do you want to interact with either of them? You picked Vimble. So we're joining this combat as you are hovering over the Justice Mobile, which is festooned with raccoon skulls. You are above them, and there are three people on the Justice Mobile. There is Vimble, Berry Cheeks, Calthinian in the fourth, and there are two new ones. The audience knows this. You saw this little scene, but your party members don't. One new one, which is Mulch Face, I believe we called them, a creature of mud and roots and leaves with a gem in their back. I believe it was the red gem. And then there's the Trivier, who is made out of Denny's place mats, a kind of humanoid paper creature with a blue gem in its back. The Trivier pulls Zana's rapier out of the Justice Mobile and is going to wield it in this fight. Those are the three people you're fighting on their vehicle below you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot him with my longbow, and be like, you made me drink piss. 12 is what I do.
That actually is not going to hit. I know, Vimble, famously very fragile, but has a very high AC, which is helped by all that armor you found right before you lost control of the character.
I know. But I do have I can... Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to longbow again. 22.
Hell yeah, that hits. So you shoot two arrows down at Vimble, who acrobatically dodges one, but you know his fighting style. You trained with him, and you know how he's gonna dodge, and so the second one hits him mid pirouette.
And it deals 8 plus 3 from the hunter's mark, so 11 damage.
All right, yeah, you hit Vimble hard. And it is now Vimble's turn. He is going to do what he does best, which is start raining these darts onto the vehicle. Let's see here. Juniper, 22. Piccolo, 19. Korvok, 14.
Are we taking 19 damage? Or?
That's to see whether it hits us, whether it's above our AC.
Yeah, it hits.
Yeah.
It hits.
Oh, everyone gets hit. 12 damage. This is with practice precision. Like, just bam, 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 just hitting each of you bullseye dead on. That's a really good move. I think the new one made out of mud is like really physically strong. And like you see, this is actually from the same dirt that you grew in, Piccolo. You can probably tell from the grass and stuff that is a made part of their body. So there's some familiarity there. And he picks up the Trivier, which is the one made out of Denny's placemats, who's very thin. And that new one is armed with Zana's Bejeweled Rapier. And their kind of combo attack is the new one made of mud throws the new one made out of paper at Scorpion while holding the rapier out, and is going to try to hit Korvok. You're the one here. 24.
Ooh, so yeah, that definitely hits.
All right. 15 damage.
Fuck, I am getting my shit rocked here.
Piccolo, it's your turn. The Trivier has boarded your vehicle and has put its sword inside of Korvok's body. What do? You've never met these new ones, but you can put context clues together because Sprinkle said, Vimble is the one who told me you were all evil.
Hey, just because I kill people and then make their bodies into furniture does not make me evil. That makes me really mad. I'm getting into a rage, which gives me +2 melee damage with strength weapons, an advantage on strength checks and slaving throws. I'm going to do what's cool, and I'm going to jump off and land on top of Vimble while I'm in a rage so I can do my attacks.
Uh-huh.
15.
Oh my god, no.
Are you fucking kidding me? Austin, you're ruining the game. I lost my temper for a second. You're not ruining the game.
So even though you have an incredible bonus, you have a best weapon, you have an incredible strength, that just isn't enough. Vimble fucking does a flip and lands on the edge of your blade, just standing there.
That's so annoying.
I bet that's gonna make you angry and full of rage.
Ooh, I'm raging up.
Vimble says, "Too slow, criminal."
Wait, I can attack twice, actually. No.
Yeah.
I can attack twice.
Yes.
Fool that I am.
Uh-huh.
13!
No. Oh my god. You try to swing at Vimble again, and he just does a flip and lands in your branches, and starts crouching there like a fucking gargoyle, like the way Batman does when he zips to one of the corners of a building in the Arkham games, and just says, what does he say? Oh fuck, Sam, you have so much better of an idea of this character than I do.
Nice try, Tree, but I'm gonna get to the root of the crime here.
That was poor Piccolo's turn, and it's now Juniper. Juniper, you see your vehicle's been boarded by a new one, and the other vehicle has been boarded by Piccolo. What do you do?
You know what? Fucking Vimble. We're gonna try out my first level 4 spell slot because fuck it. I don't know whether it's gonna hit, but we're gonna do a 4th level Call Lightning. So I've summoned a storm cloud that is gonna start zapping and it won't stop zapping. Aiming for Vimble. I need a dexterity saving throw. Also, if anyone else is within 5 feet of Vimble, they will also get hit.
27 from Vimble.
Where is Vimble getting these fucking... Okay.
Vimble's a rogue.
12 from me. Okay.
These were Vimble's stats. If you'll recall, he almost soloed the whole group.
Yeah. Well, I believe Vimble's still gonna take damage even with a successful save. Let me see.
I take half?
half as much on a successful one, so...
And I'm gonna take 100. Ouch. It's okay, don't worry. It's alright.
I'm wishing I hadn't done it at 4th level.
Just a medium amount of damage. The medium amount.
Okay. 20 damage?
Okay, don't cast that again.
Yeah. I guess I will burn that 4th level spell to use it for one zap and then stop zapping, I guess.
Only the cowardly and the superstitious use AoE attacks. A hero of justice uses a good weapon, like a bladed projectile.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start. Gonna try and just start using some longbows at him.
All right.
I got 12.
Nope.
21.
There you go.
Let's get it.
What's same thing as last time. The first shot you know isn't gonna hit, but you know how he'll dodge, and you hit him with the second.
Okay, so it's 7 plus 2, so he takes 9.
Yeah, this is like the ideal hunter's mark situation. Is like burning down a low HP thing with DPS, and I think Vimble, when you shoot him a second time, says up to you like, "Why have you betrayed me, little boy Justice?"
Don't call me that anymore. My name is Korvok Greenwielder, and I'm gonna go to school for business. He says, like, as he, like, lands the second blow into Vimble, and, he's like, I idolized you, I looked up to you, but then I made other friends, and they don't make me drink piss.
We're just gonna have some feedback. You don't have to do anything with piss anymore. We don't even have to talk about it.
No, we have to talk about it. That's the one thing we have to do.
Okay.
Little boy Justice, my training regimen is harsh but fair. It molds you into a warrior that can defeat crime. You think I didn't drink my share of piss?
Yeah, Korvok's gonna, like, lower his bow for a moment and go, is that true?
As far as you know.
Can I try and use insight to see if he's lying?
Sure.
Okay. I roll an 11.
Well, what's the funniest thing here? I think Vimble manipulating you into thinking he's had the same hardships as you is a very funny thing to do. I don't think 11's good enough. I think you're like, oh, I didn't realize we have so much in common. And he's like, no, he's a rich boy. He didn't have to go through like the canonical thing Batman did to Robin was like make him eat rats.
Oh, I know. He forced someone else to, like, everyone had to drink pee, but he paid someone else to drink the pee for him.
Yeah, he paid me to do it. I didn't, but, like, yeah, like, Korvok's like, I never realized that. But no, I still want to, quit my job and just hang out and also eventually go back to school for business and be a motivational speaker, even though you said that was stupid.
I'm sorry to hear that, little boy Justice. Unfortunately, I will have to feed you to the crime-sensing dogs that are going to be in my new ecosystem. 27.
I don't know what's happening. What's that for?
It's Vimble's turn. Yeah, that's an attack.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I mean, that hits me.
10 damage.
That kills me.
It doesn't kill you. Oh my god. Everyone always says that.
I mean, that does lower my HP to 0, though.
All right, so how do you want to take this this blow? Because in Dice Funk, when you drop to 0, you get a permanent consequence. It can be an injury. We had with Juniper losing a foot. It can be any number of things creatively. We've had people, lose confidence in themselves and take a charisma hit. We've had people lose an piece of equipment that gets broken. It's up to you.
Okay, I think that's going to be enough to make Korvok give up on his dream of going to business school.
Oh, this is for the best.
Ooh, but like, I don't know how and like he gives up on like wanting to become a motivational speaker. I don't know what that what that should do in terms of like mechanically, or in terms of like what that makes and like he loses like confidence, and like he's gonna like lose a lot of like his like self confidence.
So paint me the picture of this this dart arcing through the air. I mean, this is really comeuppance for all the times you fucking owned people with these things for the first half of the season, Sam.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
But it's going through the air, it's cutting through the mist, and it's just like a beautiful throw.
Yeah, no. So the dart like goes through the mist with like it cuts through the mist and then into my like into my chest, but doesn't cut anywhere near as deeply as Vimble's words and my realization that I'll never be good enough to be a motivational speaker, and could never make it in business school. And so yeah, Korvok like takes that, and down he goes as he collapses onto the ground, both in pain but also at like the realization that he's never going to fulfill his dreams.
Yeah, I mean, as you fall, you hear all the things he said to you about you'll never be good enough, wanting to be a motivational speaker is stupid. That's all echoing in your mind. Here's my my pitch to you is like you hit the ground, too pain to fight on, and that psychic reverberation feeds back into Spider, who digivolves back into the Pegasus. The Pegasus creature we discussed before, and the vehicle like lists wildly and begins falling out of the sky.
Ooh.
Because it's always a temporary thing, but now like basically the whole vehicle's going down. We were in a crash scenario.
I mean, yeah, that sounds right.
All right, so to end the episode, Spider is transformed back into their original form. Scorpion starts spinning out, and the vehicle falls out of the air. And Korvok made this wagon very heavy and made out of metal, and it falls and it lands on the Justice Mobile, ripping it apart. And as the two vehicles go spinning, slamming into the ground, all this volcanic glass and obsidian begins tearing apart other vehicles, and all of the party members for both Panzer Pets LLC and Vimble's crew on the Justice Mobile go flying in every direction as metal screeches, wood splinters, and magma flows.
I saw a spark against the dark, and we erupt, but it's a slow burn. I take a chance, we start to dance, can't see enough to know to turn around. The sound of a bonfire carries over fences, titillates the senses.